Once upon a time, in a small village, there lived a man named Thomas. Thomas was a kind-hearted soul, but had always been known as the village pessimist. No matter the situation, he would always find something to worry about or criticize. His gloomy outlook on life affected not only himself, but also those around him. The villagers often avoided him, fearing his negativity would rub off on them. One day, as Thomas was walking through the village square, he stumbled upon an old, tattered book lying in the grass. The cover read, "The Power of Positivity." Intrigued by the title, he picked it up and began to read. The book was filled with stories of individuals who had transformed their lives through positive thinking and the incredible power of a positive mindset. Skeptical yet curious, Thomas decided to give it a try. After all, what did he have to lose? The book suggested starting with small changes. Thomas began each day by writing down 3 things he was grateful for. At first, it was difficult. His mind was so accustomed to dwelling on the negative that finding positives seemed almost impossible. But gradually, he noticed a shift. Instead of waking up with a sense of dread, he began to look forward to identifying the good in his life. One crisp autumn morning, Thomas was out for his daily walk when he noticed a young girl named Lily sitting alone on a bench, crying. He approached her and asked what was wrong. Through her tears, Lily explained that she had failed her math test and was afraid her parents would be disappointed in her. Remembering the lessons from his book, Thomas knelt down beside her and said, "Lily, failing a test doesn't define you. It's an opportunity to learn and grow. Let's think of one positive thing that came out of this experience." Lily looked up, puzzled. How can anything good come from failing a test? Thomas smiled and said, "Well, for one, you now know which areas you need to work on. That's valuable information. And you have the chance to improve and show your parents how resilient you are." Lily wiped her tears and nodded slowly. "I never thought of it that way." Encouraged by this small victory, Thomas continued to practice positivity in his daily life. He complimented his neighbors, offered help to those in need, and found joy in simple pleasures. The villagers began to notice the change in him. The once gloomy man was now a source of light and encouragement. As weeks turned into months, the transformation in Thomas became more evident. His newfound positivity began to have a ripple effect on the village. People started to approach him for advice and support, drawn to his optimistic outlook. The village, once a place of routine and predictability, now buzzed with a renewed sense of community and hope. One winter's evening, the village faced a severe snowstorm. The roads were blocked, and supplies were running low. Fear and anxiety spread among the villagers. But Thomas, with his unwavering positive spirit, gathered everyone in the village hall. He spoke about the importance of staying positive and working together. "We can get through this," he said. "Let's focus on what we can do, rather than what we can't. We have each other, and that's our greatest strength." Inspired by his words, the villagers pooled their resources, shared their food, and looked out for one another. The sense of camaraderie and support was palpable. What could have been a time of despair turned into a period of unity and resilience. Spring eventually arrived, melting the snow and bringing with it a renewed sense of hope. The village flourished, and so did Thomas. His journey from a pessimist to an optimist had not only changed his life, but also transformed the entire village. The power of positivity had proven to be more than just a concept in an old book. It was a force that could change lives and create a better world. Years later, as Thomas sat on the same bench where he had met Lily, now a confident young woman excelling in her studies, he reflected on his journey. He realized that positivity was not about ignoring life's challenges, but about approaching them with a mindset of hope and possibility. Thomas continued to spread the message of positivity, reminding everyone he met that a positive mindset could turn even the darkest of times into an opportunity for growth and connection. And so, the village thrived, a testament to the enduring power of positivity. Let's learn some words from the story. Village pessimist. Meaning, a person in the village who always expects the worst to happen and sees the negative side of things. Example, John is the village pessimist. He always thinks it will rain even on sunny days. Gloomy outlook. Meaning, a negative or hopeless way of thinking about the future. Example, despite the good news, Sarah had a gloomy outlook and worried things would go wrong. Rub off. Meaning, when someone else's behavior, feelings, or habits start to affect you. Example, if you hang out with happy people, their positivity might rub off on you. Accustomed. Meaning, being used to something, familiar with it. Example, she was accustomed to waking up early, so she found it easy to get up at 5 a.m. Dwelling. Meaning, thinking about something a lot, usually something bad or negative. Example, instead of dwelling on his mistake, he decided to learn from it and move on. Knelt. Meaning, the past tense of kneel, to go down on one or both knees. Example, he knelt down to tie his shoe. Camaraderie. Meaning, a feeling of friendship and trust among a group of people. Example, the team's camaraderie was evident as they worked together smoothly and supported each other. Palpable. Meaning, so intense that it feels almost tangible, can be easily noticed or felt. Example, the excitement in the room was palpable as the concert was about to begin. Despair. Meaning, a feeling of complete hopelessness. Example, after losing his job, he felt a deep sense of despair. Flourished. Meaning, grew or developed in a healthy or vigorous way. Example, the garden flourished with all the care and attention it received, blooming with flowers. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.